and welcome to another What Sold video. My name is Trisha. I am a online reseller under the name Sandy and Otto, and I resell on Etsy, Poshmark, eBay, and Thredup. And this is sales for the week of June 4th through June 10th, 2020. And I had 32 sales this week. I had one on Etsy, one on Poshmark, 17 on eBay, and 13 on Thredup, to which for Thredup, meaning that I actually got paid for those items, not just that they sold. I don't count Thredup sales in my sales reports until I've actually been paid for them. So a lot of these items, because Thredup has taken now 6 weeks before we get paid, so a lot of these items were sold in April, maybe end of April into May or so, that I'm just now getting paid for. I'm going to go ahead and start with the one Etsy sale, and then I'll go through and talk about the items that have sold. I will say that even though I sold more items than I did last week, my sales were down 4%. And I had a lot of $10 or less sales on items. And, sometimes that's just how it is. But I'm going to start with this item. This is my one Etsy item. This is a Holly Hobby bell. This is from my mother's Holly Hobby collection that we are finding new homes for. And I still do have some Holly Hobby items available if anyone is interested or knows anybody who collects Holly Hobby. But this bell did sell for $12, and the buyer paid shipping on this item. It was just a cute 1976 little porcelain bell. My one and only Poshmark sale, not a piece of clothing, and I have been selling a lot of houseware items, but not this week. This week of, again, June 4th through June 10th. But this item, I did take a best offer for $10 on this item, and this was a really nice jewelry organizer. On the inside here, it was very clean. Really didn't look like it had been used. It was in very nice condition. And this is Jungalow by Justina Blakely. I have to admit, I was not real familiar with this when I picked it up, but it was in good condition, and I really liked the graphic designs on this item. So even though I really didn't know anything about it when I picked it up, I did go ahead and pick it up. Now, my cost of goods, I will mention that I do annual averaging. And so for this year, my annual average price for everything is $2.25. I just do that across the board, even if some items were no cost, some items are mine, or other family members that I would typically kind of consider as zero, up to items I've picked up at thrift stores, estate sales, garage sales, anything else that's come along that I've paid for. It all averages out to $2.25, and then I just keep track throughout the year of what I buy, how many items, and just kind of keep track of that, so then I can compile all the numbers and figure out averages again. I was thinking maybe now that it's June that I would see if that has changed a bit and update that for the year, but we'll see. There's still a lot going on this month, but we will see if I get that updated. On to my eBay sales. One thing I will mention with eBay, well, actually two things I'll mention with eBay is one, the buyer pays shipping on all of my eBay items. And I do have a 2% promoted listing. So when you're listing your items down towards the very bottom of the listing, there is an area where you can fill in that you want a promoted listing, which is different than a sale, and you can pick a percentage. It has kind of the automatically filled in the standard for that particular item, but I changed that and I just have 2% kind of across the board. And so I had 17 items on eBay sell, and 8 of them were sold through promoted listings. And I will try to remember to jump out and say which ones were promoted listings. This first item, though, this was a new with tag, Victoria's Secret negligee, lots of likes, lots of interest, but couldn't really get anybody to bite. So when I received a $12 offer on it, I went ahead and accepted that. And the pictures, I think this was when I first got my new camera and was having some trouble getting the lighting right. Black is always hard anyway to take pictures of, but this one just really seemed to have faded it out, and I've worked with my camera a bit now to get that readjusted and probably should have retaken pictures of that, but just never got around to it. But now it's sold and I don't have to worry about it. But it was very pretty negligee. These buttons, next item here, that I took a best offer of $10 for, and they were sold through a promoted listing. Also, they are going through the global shipping to Australia, which I found very interesting. These were from a jacket that I picked up, and unfortunately, the jacket, it just couldn't be salvaged. I had missed some major marks on it that were not like black marks that would have stood out, but it was a bluish kind of aqua jacket, and there were some markings on it that I didn't really see when I picked it up. I tried to get them out, they didn't come out, and so I thought, well, the buttons are really neat on this blazer, so I might as well just go ahead and take the buttons off and sell them separately. They had this really neat kind of lion crest design on them. And so I was very happy that someone else thought they were really neat. I thought they were neat. And hopefully they have a really neat blazer or sweater or something they're going to use them on, because I thought they were really, really interesting, very unique. Next item is this Worthington maxi skirt. This was a size large. It was kind of that boho style where it had, and it's kind of hard to see. I did take a picture of it here. So it has the top part, probably to right about here, has that skirt lining in it. There you can kind of see it in the picture. And then the rest of it is sheer. But it was a very pretty kind of watercolor, I felt, kind of design. Maybe a little tie-dye type, but I really liked that, and I did take a best offer of $10 on this one. This is I really liked this. This was a vintage Johnny Carson men's tie. Very abstract design on this one, but really fun. I really liked the colors, liked the texture of it. Really glad someone else also enjoyed the design on that. And I was running a 20% off sale, and this one did sell for $11.99, the sale price. And again, the buyer pays shipping on all of these. This was a really cute design, a Banana Republic Millie collection. Um, it did have, and I did try to point it out on the back here, it did have a little mark, but it was signed Millie right there. There was a little bit of wear to it, but the gal who got it was real happy, left nice feedback on this item, and I did accept a best offer of $10 on this one. Next up was this really pretty little hobnail dish. Hobnail because it has these little, I'm not even sure how to describe them, but they're the little bumps that are on here. Okay, let's go back now. But yeah, it has these little bumps on it on the outside of the dish. But it was really pretty. I liked the way it picked up the light. I don't do a lot of clear glass because it is a little harder to sell. And this one, I went back and forth with the gal. I could tell she really wanted it. The shipping cost, because it was going to be £1 and it was going to ship across the country, I did go ahead and accept a best offer of $6 on this one. And this one did sell through a promoted listing also. And I hope she's real happy with this because it is really pretty, especially if you have like some natural light or even like an artificial light. It's going to pick up all the little cuts and what am I trying to say? Here we go. All the little cuts and dinks in it are going to kind of reflect the light. It's going to be really pretty. This item is an art print framed, and it's Richard Kirsten, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name because I'm going to do a horrible job. And it's this cute little poem here. And let's see if I can get it down here where it says fate. It is fate that brings two people together, but it's love that keeps them together. Very sweet, very cute little bald couple there. But, you know, when I see these things at, you know, a thrift store or a yard sale, I have a really hard time leaving them because there is somebody out there who is going to like it. I have tons of art that I've thrifted and picked up, and I love it. And so I know that out there there's somebody who's going to enjoy this also. I also really do like looking at the frame that it's in, because if it's in a higher quality frame, then that definitely piques my interest in finding it a new home. This one I did take a best offer of $15 on. And this is a German brand. It does say made in Germany on the bottom. These are, if you see these orchid pots, they are amazing. I love these things. They are really heavy though, but they are very well made. The glaze on here is super thick, and they just are striking looking. All on the inside is glazed. They are gorgeous. This one did have a little bit of a scratch on the outside, but if you didn't have light shining directly on it and weren't looking for it like this, you wouldn't be able to see it. I did take a best offer, there it is, of $12.10, and this was through a promoted listing. But I love these. I think they'd be great in a kitchen as a utility or as a utensil holder. I think they would be great in a craft room to hold, you know, pencils or paintbrushes, makeup brushes. If you have, you know, purple and are looking for something, you could even put an orchid in it. You could definitely put flowers in it or use it as a planter. Next is this really pretty, this is a Japanese, painted in Japan, little lidded trinket box. Very sweet design on this, really good condition, no chips or cracks on it. And the bottom does have this Miyado China, hand painted, made in Japan. but I really just liked the design. There was a little wear on the gold on it, but it was a very, very sweet little design there. And I took I sent out an offer to likers on this one to take another, I believe, 10% off, which made the sale price $10.07. And this one sold through a promoted listing. And I forgot to mention that the orchid pot also sold through a promoted listing. Nike tank top. This was nice because it has the built-in bra in it. So you get that nice extra support. This did sell for the sale price of $10.39, and it also sold through a promoted listing, and it's a size medium. This vintage cat, I didn't realize at the time it had a few issues to it. It's a really interesting paint job on it, but it also had, if I can find where I have so it had a little doink here in the toe, a little chip out there. I've got a little close-up of it. And then on the ear here, it also had a little chip. And I guess I missed that. And it also had these two dark spots on it that were just going to be there. I believe I sent out another offer to likers on this one because it sold for $7.19, and it did also sell through a promoted listing. These next two, this one and this one, are both done by Bob Harrison. They are hummingbirds. One is an orchid, and this one is some other kind of flower. I wasn't quite sure. But I had a gal who contacted me and wanted to bundle these together for $30, which I accepted that offer. Very happy that somebody wanted both of them and that they were going to go to a good home, and she loved them, and I thought they were very sweet. Probably done in the 80s just because of the kind of pastel nature of them. But very, very pretty prints in not very heavy wood frames. They didn't have a very thick piece of glass on them. So luckily they were not as heavy to ship. So I was very happy about that. I ended up putting these up for auction. And the reason I did that was because they had some fading issues to them, but they were really well made and definitely had a lot of life left in them. I just felt that, and I started the bidding off low. Because I thought, well, if I start the bidding off low, then, somebody's going to get, a good deal on it. I was very surprised it ended up going to $15. I know Coldwater Creek is a very well-known brand. Their clothing items are usually very well made. And I'm figuring somebody knows these shorts, likes these shorts, knows how they fit, knows, that you can get a good life out of them, and I hope that they are happy with them. Next up is this was a really pretty shirt. This is a men's extra large polo shirt. This is a Ralph Lauren. It had a really fun collar detail on it. And it was just a really nice basic blue, but it had, the fun bits where it had the polo, and then it had another, I thought this one had another polo logo on it that you could see, but maybe not. But anyway, it was a very good golf shirt. And this one, where are my notes? Okay, this one's not jumping out at me. Why aren't you jumping out at me? Oh, there it is. Okay. So this one sold for $13.99. And again, I probably sent out an offer to likers on this one to have it sell for $13.99. This was a really vividly painted, very bright painted, made in Japan plate. And this one, again, probably sent out offers to Likers. It sold for $12.99. And this one here on the back, it had the Made in Japan sticker on it, but it was very lovely. I wonder why those are all on their side. I don't know what I did there, but I got the pictures all on their side. Luckily, somebody figured it out, and they liked it enough to purchase it. And this one did sell through a promoted listing. And my last eBay item, again, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this name. Did some research on it in order to find this name. Because it was really hard to read on the back. It was, you can see it's a bit smudged there. But I'm going to say it's hand painted, made in Austria. This really nice bowl. It wasn't very big. It was probably, I'm going to say 6 to 8 inches across. I can't remember, but the artwork inside is very, very pretty. And I just couldn't leave that behind when I found it. And this sold for $10, and it sold through a promoted listing also. So you can see there was a lot of items that sold for $10 or less. And then on to Thredup, where I had, again, 13 sales. And these, again, most likely these sold, could be in March, April, and I'm just now getting paid for them. So I will let you know what my portion of the Thredup sale is. This was a nice extra large Columbia snow jacket. It sold for $54.99. I received $18.15 for this item. And I send items to Thredup. I'm getting better at which items I'm sending to Thredup to get a closer to the kind of payout that I'm looking for. You'll see some of these items have a very low payout. And again, I probably will not be sending that brand back. And I'm trying to do a better job in keeping a kind of spreadsheet of, so I can have a better quick reference to which brands I want to send, which brands I don't want to send based on the retail value. This number right here. On the Columbia jacket, it was $89, and so I originally priced it 20% off of $89, and then lowered it to where someone was willing to pay to buy it. And this one again was a $60. Probably won't be sending this type of item in again because this one sold for $31.99, but they used a 20% off coupon, so my payout was $5.38. This Pendleton skirt, this sold, there we go. This sold for $49.99, and my payout was $15 on this. These Lucky Brand cargo shorts, they only had a $26 start price. They sold for $18.99 with a 20% off coupon. So I only received $2.16 on these. So again, another item that I won't be sending in again. And probably as I'm looking at these things now, what I would have done had I known then what I know now is I probably would have reclaimed these items, this item in particular and some other items before they sold and just sold them myself when I was when other items had gone through their cycle and I was going to reclaim them. I probably would have just gone ahead and reclaimed these also before they sold. To have them not sell at such a low price, I probably could have gotten $18.99 or a payout somewhere between $18.99 and the $2.16 that I received in order to get a little more out of it. If that's confusing or you have questions on that, let me know. I will be doing some more. Some of my kits have gone through the entire selling cycle, and so I will be doing some videos on those and explaining the whole process on the items included in those kits. This is a cachet little tank top. Really sweet. It sold for $42.99, and the buyer used a 20% off coupon, so I received $9.12 on that item. These were a girls Columbia pants, the convertible kind with the zipper here to make them shorts. And they sold for, you can see, $26.99, and the buyer used a 20% off coupon, and I received $4 on this item. And again, those two items I probably would have reclaimed. Eileen Fisher, especially again, the larger sizes, plus sizes, do very well for me on Thredup. Much better on Thredup than on any of the other platforms that I sell on. And this one did sell for $84.99. I'm looking to see. This was not a 20% off coupon, so I received $43.35. So that was a good payout on that. Not Your Daughter's Jeans linen pants. These did sell with a 20% off coupon, and I received $14.52, but I think that was a good payout on those items. This was a new tag, but it was J. Crew Factory, and so it only had a $26 starting retail price that I could price then, but they had 19% off, and this sold for $20.99, not a 20% off coupon, so I received $3.26. This one kind of surprised me. I thought maybe this would go for a little higher. However, it was a size 0, so I knew that that would kind of take a very particular buyer on this one. But it did sell for $31.99, and it did sell, I'm trying to find it on my sheet to see if it did. Yes, it did sell with a 20% off coupon, so my payout was $5.38. Fabletics swim bottoms, and these sold for $23.99 with 20% off, and I received $3.27. REI, these were a skirt. I wish that they showed more pictures of it because they were really nice. But these did sell with a 20% off coupon, so I received $6.63. And the last item, this one I was very happy to send to Thredup because I really wasn't even sure what it was or how to even describe it. So I was like, I'm definitely sending this one to Thredup because I don't even know what to do with it. But it was really cool. The material was really neat. It was very well constructed here. I liked the cutout back that it had, but it was definitely a very unique suit, and I have not seen anything quite like this before. And it sold for $53.99, not a 20% off. So I received a payout of $17.50 on this item. So my numbers for the week, my total sales were $366.44. My cost of goods was $72. My fees were $55.49, and my total profit was $271.81. I am very thankful for any sale that I am getting right now, because there's just so much going on in the world, and I'm very appreciative for anyone who's going online and purchasing anything. So that was 4% down from last week. And again, that was 32 sales. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those behind. And if you're interested in this type of content, or I will be continuing on with my Thredup, Selling on Thredup series, as I have, I believe, 4 more kits that have gone through the entire process. I've sent in a few more kits, but it doesn't look like those will be processed until August, maybe. Ooh, it seems a ways out there. And I do have some more items that I'm waiting for payouts on. So those will be coming up in future What Sold videos. So I appreciate if you'd consider subscribing to my channel if you enjoy this type of content, and appreciate a like on the way out. And thank you for listening to the whole What Sold video, and I will see you next time.